Hey everybody, welcome to Ringsiders. We are joined by Lizzy Evo. Hello, Lizzy.
Hi, are you alright?
We're very good. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you.
I'm going to start this off like we have to start this off. Let's talk a bit of football first because sadly you're a Liverpool fan. So I mean, let's get that out of the way.
Oh, obviously she's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Well, what are you?
Well, I'm not an Everton fan, if that helps.
But are you a United fan?
Oh, good God, no.
Oh, we're alright then. We shouldn't have any problems.
We'll be all right.
He's a Newcastle fan. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
That doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's it exactly. It shouldn't bother you because we're rubbish. So I mean, it's
sorry to disappoint, but my football knowledge starts and ends with Michael Seaman and Michael Owen. I was shocked recently when I found out Michael Owen doesn't play for England anymore. But
I was shocked that you just said Michael Seaman and not David Seaman.
David Seaman, that's him.
See, Lizzy, this isn't going to be a normal podcast. This is going to be a chat shit and just like have fun because
They're my type of podcast.
Michael Seaman. I mean, that is just. I mean,
I honestly thought that was his name.
I didn't want to be the one to say anything.
David Beckham, he's a footballer, and the big one, Peter Crouch.
The big one.
He does. I know him because he's got a gimmick.
So. Right, Callum, just shut up. But obviously, yeah, we'll talk football because you are a big football fan as well, you know, as wrestling. So I mean, what's going on this season then?
Mate, I don't know. I'm scared to go out the house because my neighbours are blue noses, and every time I go out, they just go, "What's going on with Liverpool?" And I can't be fucking arsed with it.
What's a blue noser?
A blue nose is an Everton fan.
Ah, right.
Do you understand the Liverpool Everton dynamic, Callum?
I guess they don't like each other. Are they beefing?
Yeah. Let's just go with that. All right, let's go with that.
We'll leave it at that before I start talking shit and offending blue noses.
Do it, please.
Please, do it. Do it. Go for it. Offend them as much as you want. We don't mind.
This is your platform to do it.
You know, I'll be honest with you, right? As a Newcastle fan, I don't get excited about anything because we have nothing to get excited about. We are rubbish. But I was enthralled last season watching Liverpool. It was an absolute pleasure to watch them play football. I mean, even my dad, we're from Hull. So, I mean, my dad's diehard Hull City. And even my dad would turn on and say to me, I'm absolutely in awe watching Liverpool play. I mean, 30 years, you deserved it. What was that like for you? I mean, obviously the fans didn't get to experience it at the end, but that must have been awesome for you, finally getting that trophy.
So, like, because I'm 22 now, I'd never seen us win anything other than the Champions League in 2005.
Yeah.
And we got close to the Premier League a few times, but we never did it. So, like, when we won it, and then coronavirus.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself.
You can't write this shit, can you?
I was right there, to be totally honest. I went straight to Anfield with one of my friends, like socially distanced, of course.
Obviously.
But yeah, I had to feel the atmosphere and feel what it was like because for being a Liverpool fan all my life, and we finally won the trophy we've always dreamt of winning, and we couldn't experience it. There was not a chance, so I risked everything to go there. I was fine.
I'd have done the same thing if it was Newcastle. I mean, thankfully, that's never going to happen in my lifetime, but I'd have done the same thing. So I'm with you 100% on that. I really am.
It was well worth it. Like, I'm not going to lie, it was worth it.
Absolutely. And like you said, you've come close. I mean, dare I mention the infamous Steven Gerrard slip? I mean, I was sat in the pub that day when that happened, and I was watching it with a friend of mine. And we both just come. It was like, that's it. This is the moment they've lost the title. I was like, this is it.
That was every Liverpool fan's nightmare, and it still is to this day.
Oh,
when I close my eyes, I still see him slip.
I can still see it myself, closing my eyes, and I'm not a Liverpool fan.
What happened?
You don't want to know.
I need to know. I need context for this.
Steve, I think was it against Chelsea as well?
It was against Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah, Gerrard slipped basically, and he allowed Chelsea to break away and score. It effectively really cost them the title that season. I would dare say
it was. It definitely did.
It was gut wrenching for me, and I'm not even a Liverpool fan, and I wanted them to win that season, and
I'm gonna YouTube that after this. I need to see it.
Yeah, then I'll have to explain to him who Liverpool and who Chelsea are. Probably.
I know Chelsea, they're London, right? And I know Liverpool, they're that way, and yeah, I know that they don't like each other. One's red, one's blue. Like Man City's blue and Manchester United's red. You say I don't know football, Jamie, but
hey, there we go. Right, the guy's an expert. I do have a confession to make. Before we did this, I was very tempted to go and buy an Everton shirt during the week, just to be the heel. I was, and then I realised that'd be a big waste of money, so I didn't.
Big waste of money.
Big waste of money.
You could use that as toilet roll.
I mean, there is that. There is that. I mean, I've got a vast collection of Sunderland shirts which I use for that, but I could have thrown an Everton one in there as well. You know, maybe next time.
I wouldn't waste your money on that, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't. I bought a bottle of whiskey instead, so you know.
See, now that's spending your money right.
There we go. You see. I knew me and you were gonna get along. I knew we were gonna get. Of course we were. Newcastle and Liverpool fans coming together. It's what the world wants. But I dare say we better let Callum jump in the conversation now as well. So.
I like talking about football. I don't know if you can tell. I'm quite knowledgeable about it. So you two talk about football. I'll just observe. It's fine.
Yeah, you wait. Give him. He's got his laptop in front of him. He'll be googling football stats.
Yeah, I was going to say he's googling.
I've been trying. I can't find anything. The worst thing I ever have to do is get in a taxi where the taxi driver knows about football, and I've got to wing it for 20 minutes with my limited football knowledge, trying to make it seem like I'm a real man. Hull City, fucking get us Brucey back. You know, Brucey. Hey, he was a good manager. He was. The
way Newcastle are going, City might get Brucey back at some point.
What, is Brucey with Newcastle now?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. This is it. You see what I mean?
It's really hard to wing a conversation for 20 minutes. You know,
to be fair, Lizzy, he has turned up at the pub before sometimes, and he's actually said that to me. He said, I've literally had to pretend I know about football with that taxi driver the whole entire journey. And it was, I mean, for me, I loved it. I wish his journey lasted like 2 hours, but it was, I feel for him as well, bless him. He has, you know.
I only know about one thing. And
it takes a brave man to do something like that.
Right. It does. You know, talk about ice hockey. He'll talk all day about ice hockey.
Ice hockey, yeah. I like hockey. I like hockey and wrestling. I like my sports fixed. And, you know, I don't like football because it's...
Hang a minute. Are you saying hockey's fixed?
Hockey's fixed, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right, okay.
Is it?
Oh, in a way. The fights that happen, yeah, they're all set up, yeah.
There's so many fourth walls being broken tonight, isn't there? There really is. I mean,
I would have rather not knew that.
I know, right? Who knew ice hockey was fixed? My God. It's a work. Well, you learn something new every day. But let's talk some wrestling as well, Lizzy, because you're probably bored now talking about Liverpool, aren't you? So
no, never get bored.
It's literally...
I know you are, though.
It's literally all you do. I mean, I think the first time we saw you was at WrestleGate. And I'll be honest, you're one of the only heels we've seen at a live show where we didn't know who we had. It was our first time seeing you, but after your first promo, we wanted to see you lose so much.
Like, thank you very much.
You did your job so well. Like,
I appreciate that.
Just from speaking, we were like, whoever comes out next needs to beat her because it was absolutely spot on.
Only
at the same time, really respect how good that was of you.
Only in wrestling is that a compliment, right?
Yeah. I know, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I meant every word.
Oh, it's right as well when you came out and you had your Liverpool scarf on, and I was like, what was this? Somebody, what was Liverpool scarf? What's going on? I'm like, we were hooked straight away. You had us like that.
The way you were saying, like, to the fans, shut up or I'll smash your head in. And it was just like, she gets it.
It's true, though. It's a compliment, isn't it? When me and Callum can say, we enjoyed seeing you getting your ass kicked. I mean,
I think you won, actually. And that made us even more angry.
You did win.
Yeah,
but it was just, I mean, as a wrestler, you must take that as a compliment when, you're doing your job right.
No, well, that was my main concern because I'd never wrestled for WrestleGate before or in that area before. I was like, I had to leave an impression on everyone because if I want them to bring me back, then I need to have the fans and the people watching the show talking about me. So I remember being really nervous before that show, but I was just like, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You might stutter over a few words, but yeah, I enjoyed that and I appreciate it because it was long ago now.
It was
2019, I think it was.
I'll tell you right now, I mean, and this isn't just because you're on the show, you were arguably the best heel on that show that night. You got the most heat out of anybody on that show. So you did you absolutely.
No one else really stands out when it comes to that night. There was good matches, but in terms of character work and being someone that you remember, it was definitely yourself. Like I said, we hadn't seen you wrestle before, but you were one of the ones we remembered afterwards, and I think that's just as important as having a good match.
It is. That's all I ask for, and the fact that you have said that to me shows that I've been doing my job right all along. So
absolutely, absolutely.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna cry.
We honestly, we always, when we drive home, because I always drive, because I'm the only idiot that drives. So obviously, I'm driving us back home, and we always dissect the show. And we spoke about how good you were. I mean, that crowd hated you, but in the way you want them to hate you, and it was incredible. It really was.
Yeah. That was how I knew I did my job right. And then when WrestleGate asked me back, I was like, yeah, I think I ticked some boxes.
Hell yes. But obviously, we'll talk about you, Jane, because you said you're only 22. So I mean, have you been watching wrestling your whole life then?
I think I was about 4 maybe when I started watching wrestling. Yeah, and then when I was around 12, 13, I camped for WWE tickets, and there was a girl giving leaflets out for the training school in Runcorn, so I was like, I need to try this. Like, it was my biggest dream ever, but I think I was still too young at the time, and then by the time I was 13, I said, Mum, just try it, please, just try and see if I can get in. And then here we are, like nearly 8 years later.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 4 when I first started watching, but I was 4 in 1988, so it was a different time then, because I'm an old man now. Me and Callum have we get that because we've both tried to wrestle, haven't we, Callum, ourselves? And I tried once and realised I'm a big fat lump and can't do this.
No, you should never think like that.
Well, I don't mean like that. I mean, I was totally unfit. I'd had too much life of kebabs and whiskey, basically, is what I mean. But, I mean, Callum had a few matches under his belt. Callum, he's a modest man, but...
I did. I'll never claim to have been good at wrestling, but I definitely gave it a go. There was a reason I left. It's because I was shit. But over that 4 years of doing the training and a few matches, I love that I can say I gave it a go. And if anything, it gave me a lot more respect for people who do it
absolutely
every week and every weekend, the wrestling, because even if I was good at it, I don't know if I could have stuck it out, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. Like, you meet so many people who start wrestling and they're really, really good at it, but they just don't like the road life.
Yeah.
You've got to really commit to it if like this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like when I went over to Japan and stuff, that was when I realized this is the life that I do want.
Yeah.
Like this is where I want to be going all the time, and wrestling in different countries, different cities, seeing different faces, and it's always been my dream. So I like the fact that you've just said that, because it goes to show how much hard work does actually come with
It really does, yeah.
It does.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I did one training session, and I just, as much as I love wrestling, I knew my place was not in the ring. Mad respect. I mean, I had a little training session with Matt Myers, and so much respect for what you guys do. I couldn't do it. I was not fit to do it, because like you say, these ring shape and then these normal shape, isn't they?
Yeah.
I had no business being anywhere near that training academy. No business at all.
You mentioned wrestling in Japan, though. Like, that's the life you want to live. How amazing was wrestling in Japan? Because everyone we speak to always says Japan's the best place to wrestle.
So in terms of, like, when I was over there, there was a few things that went a bit, didn't fall with the plans that were originally set before I left to go over there. But, things happened while I was there. I got to realise a lot what comes with the job, what you need to do before, and just stuff on a professional level. But while I was over there, I was sitting and I was thinking, like, I don't want to go back to living a normal life, a normal job, when I could be coming and visiting different countries every so many weeks. Like, it was such a nice feeling, and wrestling over there was unreal. Like, if the business side of things and the professional side of it was cleared and all taken care of professionally, then I would have been going back all the time. It would have been amazing. But to go and do the experience that I had, to have wrestled in Japan when I was 17, I think that's just a massive achievement in itself. So I'm so proud of myself. I don't think I'd do Japan again, not for the same company anyway.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely go and do Japan for a different company.
That's a hell of an achievement, though. I didn't realise you were 17 when you wrestled in Japan.
Yeah.
Some people work for years to get into Japan, so you should be proud of yourself for that. But also at the same time...
No, I remember writing a bucket list, right, when I was 12. And it was like, I want to be a wrestler. I want to wrestle for WWE. It all come to wrestling. So I remember finding it. I think I might have a picture on my phone somewhere, so I'll post it out. And it says wrestle in Japan when I'm 18. Now, I was over there doing that before I was 18, so I was like, this really works.
Crazy,
this
like,
stuff works.
Yeah.
That's it. And you've got every right to be proud. I'd be proud of that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You got a leaflet for training when you were 13, and 4 years later you were wrestling in Japan. That's crazy.
Amazing.
When you say it like that, you give me goosebumps.
It's true, though.
Yes. I mean, I don't think I've ever written a bucket list in my life.
Put
it on your bucket list.
I'm 37 next month. I don't know what I can do now. I mean, I've never been to WrestleMania, so that's number one on the bucket list.
There's your bucket list, then.
There it is, number one. That's it, number one. I think that's it. I'm happy with that. That'll do. That'll do me.
You're easily pleased.
I'm easily pleased. Maybe, WrestleMania, meet Dave Grohl. That's my two. There we go.
Hey, that's a good bucket list, then.
Right, that's all I need.
Jamie was in a bike gang. That was on his bucket list. You see that picture behind him? That's his gang.
Is it?
Yeah, that was Jamie's bike gang he was in.
I feel like you're having me on. Is it actually?
It's the Sons of Anarchy, but...
I was like, is it? I was trying to see the people behind your head to see if you were one of them.
I remember that. I'm glad
I wish I was that badass. I wish. Oh, there's another bucket list. There we go. Yeah, I want a motorbike. There we go. There we go. But being Sons of Anarchy. I mean, that would be I mean, that'd take well, no, not WrestleMania, but I reckon that'd probably beat meeting Dave Grohl, being Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
But,
it's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, it is. But hey, idiot, you winding her up like that.
I've been dying to do that with any guest.
And it just so
the
happened
opportunity presented itself, all right?
You got me good and proper there.
It did.
I feel like a fool.
I'll edit that bit out, sorry.
No, I don't mind.
He's horrible. He's horrible. But obviously, you mentioned Japan as well. I mean, 17 wrestling in Japan. I mean, how was it physically? Because they have a much physical style over there, don't they? I mean, was it as brutal as you hear?
No.
No.
It was and it wasn't. Like at the time, I didn't take shit anyway. You know, like I've never took shit anyway, but more so when I was younger, and I was like, I wanted beef with anyone if they wanted beef with me, sort of thing. Yeah. So, like when I was, if I had anything that was stiff, they got it straight back. I never did anything intentionally to be stiff with them because I did things. But there was one girl in particular, I won't name her, but we were wrestling, and she gave me a move. Now I know to protect myself. Yeah. Like being a professional wrestler, you have to learn to protect yourself just in case you're with someone who's not as experienced or. So I remember tucking my neck on a bump, but it was more with the follow through. Yeah. So like I took the bump and then she did like a foot stomp, but she fully foot stomped me and like I'm not gonna say what happened on camera because it's pretty vile, but I was like I came backstage after and she was like, was everything all right for you and stuff? And I was like, well, yeah, everything was fine, but there was just that foot stomp in particular. Like you need to be a bit looser with that. Like I didn't say it like that. But I was just like, it was a little bit stiff. And if there was a smaller girl than me, because I was quite chubby at the time, if it was anyone smaller, then it would have really, really seriously hurt them. So I was just like, you just need to be a little bit more careful with that. And she didn't like it. So what I would like to say to people who are wrestlers listening to this, like, if you go into a match with someone and you come out afterwards and you ask them, was everything all right? If they then turn around and say to you no, then don't be a bitch about it. Yeah. Like you've asked them. If they're going to be honest enough to give you their opinion, and if you're not a safe worker, then you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Yeah. You need to perfect your moves because you're going to hurt other people. So like that was just my argument with that person in particular. And then after that, they had it out for me then. So when we trained together, they'd stiff me, they'd do this. And it's just like, grow the fuck up. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're professionals at the end of the day. If you've got a problem, speak to me about it.
Yeah,
it's just that easy.
You can work stiff and still be safe, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference. Working stiff is just making it look
snug,
real.
Being snug.
Like, yeah.
I like to feel things. I like to be able to sell it properly. I like to feel the contact, but don't fucking stiff me because I'll stiff you right back.
Hell yeah.
I can imagine you wouldn't take any shit, and I think that is important.
Hell yeah. Well, like you said as well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you have each other's lives in each other's hands when you think about it. So, of course, you've got to be safe. And if, like you said, she asked you if it was okay, you give your opinion.
Yeah.
Take that. You know,
it's the same with me. Like I know I've stiffed people accidentally, and they've came to me afterwards and they've been like, "That was a bit stiff. That hurt." That, and I've apologized because I've been like, "Well, I've not meant it intentionally, and it's accidents happen. It's a contact sport. This is what happens when we're professionals and we go and do that thing." But I'm an adult about it, and I'll communicate with people. But if you go behind my back and you tell other wrestlers that I'm not safe, then that's when there's a big fucking problem.
Yeah, when you're the person, you're the person who should be coming to. Yeah. Talking to other people doesn't solve anything.
Exactly. If anything, it just makes me more mad.
Yeah.
And I'll want to stiff you again.
I like your honesty.
It's the way I've been brought up. I don't know if it's the Scouse in me or not, but way I am.
I've been to Liverpool only twice in my life, but both times were fucking awesome. And everyone we met, like, I didn't know that, first of all, having rollers in your hair was a thing. Like, I'd heard about it on my way down. One of my friends said, "Oh, some of the girls have rollers in their hair." And I was like, that can't be real. It was, because some girls just came up to us to start talking because we were taking pictures, and they had rollers in their hair. And as I was speaking to them, I was like, wow, you girls really speak your minds. Like, they were blunt as anything. So it's probably a bit of the Scouse in you and a bit that you just don't take shit anyway.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, in that case then, Lizzy, where's your rollers?
Yeah. Come on.
Next time Next time I'm gonna answer it with rollers in the air.
Please do.
Please do. Please do. But I do love Liverpool. I've been there a couple of times myself. I've never been to Anfield yet. That is on my bucket list. Because it's Anfield. Come on.
It's
Whether
Anfield,
whether you're a Liverpool fan or not, it's Anfield. Come on. So it's on the bucket list. But
it's the atmosphere, isn't it?
It is the atmosphere.
You can't beat it.
You can't, and that's what I mean. Because I get to St James's Park sometimes when I can, but obviously at the minute there's no fans allowed, and it's like it's the atmosphere, and it's the same with wrestling. The atmosphere, the atmosphere makes it, and I'm missing that. It really does. But yeah, I'm missing going to see Newcastle play. I want to go and experience other grounds. I want to go to Anfield. You're gonna like this. I've never wanted to go to Goodison Park.
Good.
There's something. It just looks like a really boring stadium.
It looks like a really cold, damp, shitty place.
It does look shitty, doesn't it? It looks
does.
awful.
He's got his Google machine up now. Look at it.
Googling it now. I was like, what is Goodison Park? There's a lot of blue there, and it looks really cold.
It's horrible there.
And I'm not just saying that because you're a Liverpool fan. I mean, genuinely, whenever you see him on TV, I'm like, the stadium just doesn't do anything for me. It just looks
no.
Because you get vibes like, obviously, St James's Park is a beautiful stadium. I've driven past Old Trafford, and it's a huge stadium. It's iconic. Anfield is.
Old Trafford. I've been there. Not for football. I went for an audition for the first Star Wars film with some of my friends for a laugh, and it was at Old Trafford.
Oh my God.
So we went to Old Trafford, but not for football, but for auditions for Star Wars, which is probably the geekiest thing ever. But
why have I never heard this before?
I've got pictures of me with stormtroopers and everything while I'm at Old Trafford.
Lizzy, this is the first time I've ever heard this story.
You kept this from me.
He's kept this from everybody.
Yeah, I've been there. Nice stadium.
Wow. I've never... Wow, this has blown my mind.
That just made me laugh.
Yeah, I think Callum needs to post those Stormtrooper pictures on Twitter.
Please do.
Yeah. It was about 6 years ago now, but...
Tag me and Lizzy in these photos because we want to see these, man.
But I'm sure it's nothing on Anfield.
Callum,
we'll edit you into Anfield.
Yeah, let's do that. Callum, who plays at Anfield?
Liverpool.
Oh, well done. Just checking.
Come on.
Just checking.
Liverpool plays at Anfield. Everett plays at Goodison Park. And Manchester United play at Old Trafford.
He's right. Three's good enough.
It's all right, man. It's all right. But obviously, we mentioned Japan. You've been a women's champion in the UK as well. Are you missing being in the ring at the minute?
Yeah, it's been worse for my mental health than anything because I didn't do anything other than wrestle and seeing friends and then worked out. So, I mean, I've just found this time to find who I am as a person because obviously I went through a breakup as well. So I've just been trying to find who I am as a person and who I am as a wrestler, where I want to go from here. And because I'm not just messing around anymore, like I want this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I want to be able to provide for myself on a level of being happy as well, not just because I have to, and this is what keeps me happy. This is the only thing that I like to do.
Yeah.
And other than talk shit.
Hey, you're in the right place to talk shit. I mean, we'll do that with you all night long. Don't worry about that. But honestly, we were not lying to you. You are awesome. I mean, when we saw you at WrestleGate, like we said, it was just like, yeah, this girl's awesome. I wanted to see you get your ass kicked, but because you was doing your job
properly,
you get it. You get it.
That's it. You get it. You know that you have to get a certain reaction. You're not one of these people who tries to be a bad guy but cool at the same time.
Yes,
That happens a lot.
That's not professional wrestling, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. You've
got to be a good storyteller, and you've got to be able to get everyone to hate the fucking guts out of you.
You did it. And that made a lasting impression. And surely, like, I think with that mentality, and you obviously want this, I don't doubt for a second this is something you will do for the rest of your life. You seem too driven not to.
Thank you.
So I'm sure when things are back to normal, we'll see you back to kicking ass, and hopefully we'll be there to boo you as well.
Hell yeah, we will. Hell yeah, we will.
I hope so.
I'm just curious though as well. I mean, what if you ever worked for a company and the promoter said, "Oh look, I want you to wear an Everton shirt."
Oh.
I think I'll probably get the sack.
Yes.
I'll be getting released straight away.
We're spoiling your future endeavours straight away.
Yeah.
Now, I know when Callum was talking to you before we started recording, he mentioned we might talk donuts. So, because I have got this thing lately, because I'm hooked on donuts. And I seem to keep asking people what their favourite donuts are. Please tell me you like donuts.
I don't like donuts.
Oh, that's a first.
Well, I mean, that's...
I've just never, ever liked donuts. It's weird.
See, we just chat shit, you know what I mean?
Even the ones you get from, like, Seaside, you know, the real nice...
Yeah, the ones with, like, the coloured things on them.
You like them?
The hundreds and thousands.
I don't like the sugary ones.
Right.
I don't like them. I like the ones that have got icing on the top, but only chocolate icing.
Right. Okay. Well, you're all right with that, aren't you, Jamie?
Absolutely. Do you know, Lizzy, honestly, I mean, Callum will tell you this is the truth. I don't smile very much. You've managed to make me smile for 39 minutes
Lizzy,
non-stop.
I have to tell him sometimes.
That's my job done then. I'm glad I've made you
it
smile.
Is.
I have to tell him sometimes, like, Jamie, on some of the interviews, I know this sounds patronising, but can you smile a bit more? Because on the thumbnails, usually I use an image of me or him.
You're trying to pick a thumbnail, he's never smiling.
And he never smiles. Instead, he looks like he wants to fight the guest instead of, So I'm like, Jamie, can you smile a bit? With this one, I'll have no problem. I'll be able to find loads of him smiling.
I mean, let's face it. Every guest we have on could kick my ass, Lizzy included. So I mean, I have to smile. I have to. But you have encapsulated me and had me for 40 minutes now smiling. So
well, that's good. I'm glad.
Even though you've completely made a mockery of my donuts, love. But before we start,
you know what?
Yes.
The same for you guys as well. I've done nothing but smile the whole time, and that's what this should be about.
That's it. Like we always say, we just like to go with the flow and have a conversation and chat shit. And we definitely want to bring you back.
Yeah.
Because it's just fun, and you're awesome.
I've enjoyed it, every minute of it. I can't wait to be back on. We do another one when this finishes.
Anytime you want to come back, we will have you back on. Anytime.
I'm glad it finally happened.
Oh, us too. Like I said to you, we will always work around you. Always.
Yeah.
But before we let you go, since you've completely, turned heel with the donuts, an important question. Pineapple on pizza.
No.
Well.
All right. Thanks for watching Ringsiders.
Yeah. Wow.
Just
when I thought, you know what?
So well. It was going so well for 40 minutes, and then it just went off a cliff.
I'm buying that Everton shirt tomorrow.
I am too. I don't know who they are, but I'm buying one.
Next time, we're going to be sat here wearing Everton shirts, all right?
My cheeks are hurting me.
Yeah. And I'm going to be eating a pineapple pizza, right? And I'm going to be eating a donut at the same... I'm going to put the donut on the pizza, right?
Yeah.
That's how much you've angered me now.
That's how much you've angered me.
I don't know how we go. Where do we go from there, Jamie? Over to you. Do you want to ask about the merchandise and social media?
Well, I mean, I guess so. I mean, as you know, I don't know. But in all seriousness, Lizzy, you have been a treat. It has been absolutely worth the wait to get you on because it's just fun, and that's what it's all about. But, this is where even though you don't like donuts or pineapple on pizza, I will allow you to tell people where they can find you on social media. If you have any merchandise you want to plug, any 8x10s of Carlo Ancelotti, go for it.
So you can find me on Instagram as Lizzy Evo _8. Twitter is Lizzy Evo 8. And I think that's the only 2 pages I have. TikTok, Lizzy Evo 0.
I'll get you on TikTok.
I'm loving it. I've never done it before. I absolutely love TikTok.
I hated it at first, but god damn it won me over.
I couldn't stand it at first, and I was like, oh. But now I'm up till like 4 a.m, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, just scrolling through shit. Yeah.
I don't have TikTok, and I think I'm glad I don't, but...
I think you'd probably smile more if you had TikTok.
Yeah. There's some funny people on TikTok, and I didn't expect there to be, and I hate it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you have redeemed yourself a little bit because 8 is my lucky number, and you obviously have that in your social media handle, so,
Well, there we go then.
I'm guessing...
For a reason.
Is your reason Steven Gerrard? Was he number 8? He was 23, wasn't he?
He was 23. He was number 8 towards the end. No, he was always number 8.
Yes. There we go, you see. Oh, Callum, by the way, Carlo Ancelotti is the Everton manager.
Oh, I know. Dude, I know this. Okay.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
He's already Googled that.
He's literally sat there with his laptop Googling everything. He'll have a list of Premier League stadiums in front of him. You can look at him, you see.
You see it in my eyes.
Yeah.
You zoom in.
Honestly, Lizzy, it's been an absolute pleasure. We will do this again. We'll stay in touch with you. We'll get you back on because it's just fun. We don't have to talk wrestling. We'll pick a random subject. We'll pick a random subject and talk shit. We'll do a football one next time. We'll introduce Callum. We'll interview Callum and make him a football fan next time.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that next time.
Yeah, you can interview me on. Yeah, we'll do it. You'll make me a football fan. See if you can do it.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do it.
If anyone can do it, Lizzy, it's probably you.
Yeah.
I'm the one for the job.
Yeah.
We'll rip some pieces of paper up and put all the football team's name on and make him pick a team out of a hat, and that's who he has to support.
Yeah. So then we're not being biased.
That idea.
Yeah.
I am that fickle. I only support the hockey team I support for the last 13 years because of how cool their logo was. So, yeah, I am that fickle. I will support a team just drawn out of a hat, and they'll be my team, and I'll boost that team.
And they'll be your team for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And the best bit is, Lizzy, you watch him pull Everton out.
I would cry.
I'm just going to write Everton on 20 pieces of paper now. So
I was going to say, you're going to write Everton on them.
I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to write Everton on everything. But, hey, Lizzy, honestly, it has been a pleasure. We will definitely... I'm serious. We will do this again. We'll stay in touch.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. I can't wait to be back. Honestly,
Anytime. It's our...
Make sure you look after yourselves.
And you too.
You too. But for now, Lizzy Evo, we are Ringsiders. Thank you.